Hello and welcome to Take It From the Top.
The singer's guide to working, surviving and thriving in the music industry.
Today we have come to the heart of the West End to interview one of my favourite people in the whole wide world and one of the best performers in town, Julie Atherton.
So we've got a great episode ahead for you. Head to our socials, sign up and notifications and all that stuff so you do not miss a thing. Hayley, shall we take it from the top?
Let's do it.
Julie, welcome. I usually be saying welcome to us. We're in your dressing room.
Welcome.
Well, not in our usual studio.
Not even mine.
No, we have hijacked the whole theatre.
We have.
Apologise.
We never do things by halves. So tell me a little bit about how you two, because you two know each other quite well, don't you? So
yes,
how do you
we
know each
do.
other?
We do.
Aww.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
We first met because my best friend and your best friend got married.
And we were going to sing a song together.
Yes, they forced us to do a duet and we had no idea whether we'd like each other or what was about to happen. I was dreading it a little bit.
No, well, Hayley was telling me on the train, I heard all about it, and it was kind of
We
a bit
just don't
cautious, and
know.
then you kind of went, actually,
Yeah.
things are going quite well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we met, we were like, bam!
Yeah, it just made sense. It was perfect.
Yeah, it kind of went well.
It did go really well. It
But
did.
my favourite thing was that
gosh.
I had recently been through a breakup and we were preparing for me absolutely bawling my eyes out in the song. So Hayley learnt my verse of the song. What we didn't prepare for is when it actually got to the day, it was Hayley who bawled her eyes out, and I didn't know her verse.
No.
So I was panicking, like, I think I'm going to have to sing the same one. But she got through it.
I
She was
did. Of course I got
fine.
through it.
But I looked at her and thought, no, this
professional.
wasn't meant to happen.
So obviously we're in the Shaftesbury Theatre and you're in just for one day.
Yes.
And but we're going to go back as far as we can and talk
God.
about your kind of early experiences and maybe start with your training and start drama school and your sort of singing.
Well, I was a little 18-year-old when I went to Mount View, and I think I was a cocky little shit, actually, to the teachers, but highly insecure, which is
As
probably why
most
I was
performers are, right?
Yeah.
Highly insecure. I was terrified of everything. So usually they kind of break you down to build you up. They spend the whole first year breaking you down and like just making you feel like shit, basically, and then the second year building you back up. Well, they didn't really need to break me down. I was down. They needed to just give me confidence. And yeah, I think it's still a work in progress, but yeah, it was a, they always say it's the best years of your life. It was kind of the best and the worst at the same time.
Yeah.
I loved it, but also, had a real problem with authority.
Yeah.
Kind of do a little bit, but
Yeah, but I think, isn't that what makes you the performer you are?
I think so.
There was, so the music producer on Strictly, do you know him, Ian Masterson?
Yes.
So I was given a song, I can't remember, it was a Sondheim song or something, and then I started complaining about the version, going, it's not true, she doesn't mean it when and I was going off on one about how,
love it,
this wasn't the right version. He just looked at me and went, do you know Julie Atherton? And I went, yes. And he said, but I think that's what I know you say you don't like authority, but that's sort of what makes you the brilliant performer that you are, because you're not going to fit into a box.
No.
Right? And
that's
the
been my
vulnerability
problem.
you're talking about
Yeah.
is also the thing that makes you good, because I think there is a vulnerability in your performances that just makes you really open. I don't think you hide within your performances.
I like it to be as real as
you
possible.
said, I'm going to cry during the song, for the wedding. It's the same thing, right? Because you're so connected to what you're about to do.
Yeah. It's true.
Do you think
It's
there's a generation thing though that I mean, because I teach now, and our kids are so like wrapped in bubble wrap, and a little bit too much. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
too much.
I do think that breaking people down, you've got to be prepared to kind of look after people and look after their mental health. But now I find so much that the moment anything goes wrong, they're off down the corridor to go and see the people that
are so
kind of
afraid to offend anybody anymore, and it's become it needed to change. We all know it needed to change. Things definitely needed to change, but now sometimes when you discipline somebody, it's seen as bullying.
Yeah.
And I am a very softly approach. Like, I will always explain why I give a no or something like that. And
I'm
that's,
exactly the same.
sometimes that wasn't given to me, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, that's the way it is. And you think, well, no, I need
Well, that's
to
how I
know
was
why,
taught.
because I need to self-direct and like, you know. But, for instance, I was teaching at a summer school a couple of years ago, and the choreographer, who was speaking in his second language, so, you know, could be quite blunt, but has a heart of gold, was just telling him, no, that's not correct. This is how you do it. Which is, that is how you teach choreography. Like, it's either one way or it's
another.
not,
Yeah.
you know? Like, there's a right and a wrong. Yeah, there's no interpretation. That's the way you do it. And also, they're being kind by saying, no, that's not correct.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll just go on stage and look like a fool.
Yeah.
Because you're not
Don't
doing
take
what
it
everybody
personally.
else.
It's
yeah,
not critique. It's not
personally.
critique of
but
you.
This young lad just had a meltdown and said that you're bullying me and you're really picking on me today. And it was like, no, we're not picking on you, just telling you it's wrong. That's okay.
Yeah.
And
it's
like,
okay to be wrong because
you can be wrong for a few days, but as long as you know that, you know, just try and get it right. Like, that's the whole point of this summer school, is to show you what it's like to learn.
Yeah.
But like, then it gets to the point, well, okay, if you can't say no to something, like, what's the point in teachers? Just do it yourself then. Just do what you do, and we'll just have care in the community, and anyone can be on stage.
But what
you know?
will happen is,
this is the
it'll come
pinnacle.
to working and he just won't get a job.
Yeah.
Because that is what it
And I
comes
say
down
that
to.
all the
You
time.
can be as kind as possible
People
when
go
teaching,
off
because
for the
you're a
blink of
lot
an eye now.
tougher than me. I'm a lot more like, oh, that's so good.
A bit.
Good
No, I'm
effort.
going to say, because, you know, as a musician, my rules are steadfast. You know, I have to abide by certain rules.
Yeah, it's right or wrong.
Yeah, there is little fluidity in what you can get people to do, and so often I find I'm teaching something, and what I get is, and you just go, no, I'm trying to get you from there to there.
Yeah.
And it's all for your benefit, and I find that a little bit difficult. And I guess because you're obviously in the world of producing and directing as well, is that starting to come into the industry?
Absolutely. Yeah, it really is.
In a bad way sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think... So I sound like an old person now, and I sound like I'm complaining about everyone, but I don't think some of the young ones that, you know, have this attitude, not all of them, I'm not, this isn't a blanket statement, but the people that do have this attitude and come into the industry just thinking it's so easy and I can just go off whenever I like, or I'm feeling a bit dizzy, so I'm going off, or, you know, some people do have mental health issues, but some people play on it as well. But whatever.
And I think
when
we've
people
all
are going off,
we've all had the mental health
I
issues,
think
right?
every single person does, don't
And I
they?
don't think
You
I've
know?
had a day off ever. Even when I'm dying, I try not to have a day off. Like, well, that's where we came from.
Yeah.
It's like you just turn up.
And again, some of that did need to change a little bit.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The point, it's getting to the point now where, you know, they think they're getting away with it, but also it's going to give you a black mark on your name, because you know, people are just going to think, I don't want to work with somebody who's never at work.
But people think you're joking when you say that.
Yeah,
they genuinely, a lot of them think, oh, yeah, whatever.
They're
But
not. Talent only gets you so far.
Yeah, talent will only get you so far.
Yeah.
There are many factors in hiring someone.
Yeah.
100%. There'll be singers that come to me who might be amazing.
Yeah.
But if they're not used to, for example, with Strictly singing for hours and hours and hours, now I get people like, oh no, I can't sing in the morning. It's like, you don't have a choice. And I understand that it's not ideal. Nobody wants to do that. I get it. However, you don't have a choice.
It's your job.
Yeah.
And also, like, when I remember, like, when I was doing, can I even say? Yeah, I will. So when I was doing Mamma Mia, it was my first West End job. And there's the thing of people, I knew people were annoyed at me, but they don't tell you why. And it was only till I did my next job that somebody explained the whole sound thing to me. Because I used to think, oh, we don't start the show for ages. And because I'm in bare feet at the beginning, I'd be like, oh, it's freezing down there. So I'm going to wait till the very last minute. And then hopefully by the time I get down there, when I'm in my little bikini and, bare feet, I can start the show. But they're waiting for me to get down there. So then I was they're always like, oh, she's late on stage.
Yeah.
But actually, I didn't realise. But nobody explained it to me because they just think, well, you should just know.
Yeah, but
I didn't like that attitude as well.
That's in all jobs.
I just think you can really kindly explain to people where they're going wrong.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
It's hard to do that as
true.
a fellow performer to another performer because you're interfering, so... I just think there needs to be measures in line, and especially at drama school, like just explain, like where that's going to get you.
Well,
I
think that's what we're trying to do with this exact podcast,
that's exactly
actually,
right.
because there's silly things,
Great.
right? This is so ridiculous. But we were talking about sound checks, like singers who turn up and mark. Like if you've gone to your dress run or anything, if you're marking it and the sound team have done their thing and then you come to the show and they're belting and everyone else's ears or the people out front are then panicking, things like that don't help. So we're trying to tell people what are the little tips. Things like putting your dinner tray away when you're on tour for like we've got your food out. I didn't know. No one told me. So I just left my plate out. Everyone's slagging me off, And it's like, but you also, it's quite nice to find a mentor, like an older person who's been around, who just looks at you and says, shh, just don't say anything. It's not worth getting involved here. Or put your plate away, or stop talking. You're annoying everyone.
Or do say something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's nice to find a mentor. So if you can find an older person who you can trust, who's on the job
or just listen to us on our podcast, and then listen to us whinging, and then you learn everything you need to know.
Well, I will be listening in because there's so much more I'd like to learn.
Well, are there any actual tips actually that you would like to give people of things? I mean, okay, let's start with auditioning, because especially now you've been there as somebody who has auditioned for several things, but now as a director, you also have to audition people, right?
Yes, I do.
So what do you look for, and what do you think, oh, actually, I understand the nerves, or I understand someone overthinking an audition, so you might look at it differently to a director who has never actually tread the boards?
Yeah, a lot of people try and, especially for musical theatre auditions, they try and be off book for everything. And I don't think that's necessarily fair to be completely off book for the first thing, because it's not a memory test. Let's take it as read. You can learn the show in 4 weeks or 5 weeks or however long you've got. But as long as you can show a performance, whereas that's sometimes where, I miss the boat sometimes, because I'd just be so nervous. And I like, as a director now, to make people feel as comfortable as possible
in the room,
because it's so important. And I don't think sometimes panels realise that this person has been practicing this material at home, in their room, or wherever they've been practicing it. And now they're walking into a completely different room where there's so many distractions because, you've got people staring at you and judging you, essentially.
Yeah.
And
speaking to a new...
You can fall apart even though,
company.
It's the first time you've done it.
Yeah.
So I just think if somebody goes wrong, I like to give them another go and just go, right, let's forget that bit.
But I'm the same as a pianist, because I will often leave the room when I'll do my thing. I'll leave the room and then I will go and find the next person and kind of have that sort of sneak, what are you doing?
That's really nice.
That's nice.
So rather than just sitting at the piano and going, I've done my bit now, I'm going to wait for the next one.
Oh, yeah, because I used to hate that.
Yeah, I do. I really hate it.
I used to hate going up to a pianist
because
I didn't know, and they'd just be in a mood already before you've even told them what song.
Because I'm sight reading anyway, so I'm petrified.
At what song you've put up.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done this one 25 times today. Yes, I know the tempo.
So,
the amount of times I've come in to crack a joke in the room, and they just think, oh, she's not serious. It's well, no, I'm not actually. but also, I'm just trying to give some vibes to this.
Oh, yeah,
really
and I've had,
dull room.
You're one of those, are you? I've had that when I've tried to crack a joke. It's awful.
But then, obviously, because you get to hear some of the conversations I've heard so many times, they'd make a great company member. You've got two people, and you go, actually, that person cracked a joke, or that person did something. It does often help. When the nitty gritty, if there's down to the wire, I've known panels go, who looked like they'd fit in better. Yeah, and I'm always going to go for the funny person anyway, because you want that kind of bit of sort of levity.
But again, I suppose that depends on the team.
It does depend on the team. That's why it's really hard to give advice.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm looking for people that are easy to get on with, that want to work hard, and that I can see some potential in. It doesn't have to be the complete finished product.
No.
Unless it's 5 rounds and, by the end of it, maybe show a little bit of polish.
Yeah. But then also, would it be that you shouldn't second guess what the people on the panel want? You should come in as your authentic self, or what you want to bring to a character.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's great advice to give, isn't it? But it's really hard to take myself, because I'm just thinking about it, and I'm like, I find it hard because I like to really try and read people first.
Yes.
I'm quite quiet in a room when I first walk in and think, if there's a lot of people, I think, I haven't judged everyone yet. I don't know how me I can be.
Yes. But as you're getting older, are you more, because the thing is, you have got a great career and you've created roles, right?
Yeah.
So you know what you can bring to a production.
Yeah.
So you're quite happy
I still do get a bit anxious when I first walk into a room with people I don't know.
See, I find that madness, because I just think you can deliver so well that it just seems crazy that you would second guess anything you're about to do.
God. No, it's mainly because I process things. It takes me a while to process things, basically. And if I'm in a new room, that's going to make me go, Rah! It's like the first time I do the material in front of everybody in the rehearsal room, it will fall apart a little bit because my brain's thinking faster than my mouth or my body. So things will go wrong, but that's okay, because I'm making mental notes in my head. Okay, I need to look at those bits.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really difficult one because everybody processes differently. And I think it's really important to, I guess, own the room when you walk in and make the audition how you want it to go.
Yes.
Because we've been sat on the panel all day and, I might be looking through you and you might read that as, oh my God, she's so bored. And I might thinking, where can I place this person? Because I really love them, Yes. It could be anything. So I guess just take the room as yours.
And
because then we get your full personality.
What about material? As in, okay, so as a director and as an auditionee, would you want someone to pick something really unique, or do you want them to pick something close to the character? Or, if you were going in for Fame again now, obviously we're a bit old now, babes. But, for a role, would you pick something similar to
something similar to the character, but something that you do well? So if you've got something in your repertoire that is close, but not that close, but then you think, but I could learn this material. If you've got that brain and you can learn that material, great.
But
stick to the one that you know. For me, because I know I will fall apart in a new room.
Yes.
When I've learned something
It's nice,
new.
Something that's completely settled in your throat.
Something that's completely settled, and then just adjust it to the character that you're going for.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a good
do
idea.
that song in that character.
Well, you are a character actress as well. Everything. No, but you are. You bring now another big thing I go on about all the time is that we are a vessel for the story, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're not getting that story across, then you've not done your job. It doesn't matter how well you sing. You can riff all over the place, blah, blah, blah. But it's really about the story. So that's a really good idea,
I'm really taken by that piece of advice. I think that's a great thing.
That's great, isn't it?
Really great.
Because then you could take the same piece. In fact, that might be a good exercise. Next time I'm doing any workshops with anyone, I'm going to do that, actually.
Let's do it.
Take a song that you know really well, but this time do it as this character. This time do it.
Love that.
Babes, you're so clever. That's when you're a director.
Got me out planning a lesson next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
amazing. Well, you're welcome. I'm sure we did that at drama school a lot.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
When you're obviously now doing both, you're having two sort of careers at the same time, really. You're still working on stage, but now directing. So how do the two what do you take from one into the other and vice versa?
Well, can we talk about what you were just doing a minute ago, as in you were one of the originators in Avenue Q, and now you're going to be
Yeah, of course.
Are we allowed
Associate
to talk
director.
that? Am I allowed
Yes.
to say
I
that?
think I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what's exclusive and what isn't. There's so many exclusives in this room.
Yeah.
I've had like people knocking on the door saying, "You can't say that. That's exclusive." Okay, so we are allowed to say
We're
that.
allowed to say that.
That's kind of my
Okay.
question. We know
Yeah.
what.
Associate director.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with
So the big director, who is my favourite director in the whole world, and if I was going to associate direct for anyone, it would be him. And so the fact that it's happened is a dream come true.
Amazing.
And so I'm going to learn so much from him. But he's in America, so I'm having to do all his dirty work while I'm here, which I absolutely love because anything that I've directed before, it hasn't been a massive West End production. So I haven't had an associate. I haven't had an assistant. I've literally done everything myself and painted the set sometimes.
But I think you'd quite like
but
that.
I
If it's
love
your
it.
vision,
I love
you
it.
know what
I
you
love
want.
mucking in.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be nice to not have to make decisions actually.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you're
and
just making the decision happen.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But then get involved when, I want to stick my oar in.
Exactly. I was
Which
going to
is
say, I
nice.
can't imagine you wouldn't say something
Oh
if
my
you disagreed.
goodness, I will. And and me and Jason get on really well. So we can have that easy dialogue between us, which is really nice. I'm not just going to be his minion,
Yeah.
So
Is it going to be strange directing a role that you've played?
I think it'll be lovely directing a role that I've played because I didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if I did, it was way after I'd left and nothing I can do about it. But so there's things that I wish I'd have been told about the puppeteering because you just don't know. Like after the first preview, the very first time we did it in front of an audience, Jason opened the door to my dressing room and I just went just cried on him and he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I don't know. How did it go?" He was like, "It was great." And I just didn't know how it'd gone because when you are a normal person on stage, you know how it's gone because you know how good you were. You know how to judge yourself, but I had this thing on my arm and I was like, I don't know if it was ever looking the right way or, did I do it right? I don't know because there's no mirror.
It's a new thing.
Completely new skill.
It's like if you were suddenly on roller skates in Starlight,
at least then
right?
you know if I was, was I upright or was I on the floor?
Yeah.
But like with the puppeteering, you kind of, I think I did an all right job, but I don't, you can't feel, did I have the hand on her boob for the whole show?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, the audience reaction might have helped with that.
Kind of.
I mean, I can't even carry a notebook on stage. I can't do props. I'm not a props person. I can't
is
even
not the
walk
truth.
from one room to another. No, honestly.
You've told yourself
I fall
this.
over all the time.
There's a
Weeble.
And I never repeat the same
told
thing
yourself that.
twice. There's a reason I
Yeah.
didn't go into the stage world. I can't do the same thing more than once. Staging
I know what you mean.
anything.
It
I
is.
can't because I would just go with however I feel at that moment. And that's not very helpful to any other department.
It is so funny that I was saying this the other day that we go into this industry because we hate routine.
Yes.
And yet being in a West End show for
It's
a long
all about
run
that.
is the most routine you can ever do.
Yeah.
It's in the same costume, the same lighting state, to the same people saying the same lines in the same way.
And does that not drive you insane? And how do you make it, especially for you? Because again, I know how obsessed you are with the truth. But how do you do that every night then?
Well, okay, so for this show, I hadn't had any time off for ages, but I've just been home for my niece's wedding, which was very lovely. So I had a week off. And I came to see the show at the end of the week because I needed to get the love for it back.
Yes.
And it worked because I was like, oh, great, this is what it's like from out front. Because it just turns into a routine,
Yeah. And
and audience reaction as well, sometimes you're like, oh, yeah. Do
you find different audiences laugh at different things or clap at different points,
Yeah, and it's difficult with this show in particular because we've been having a thing. I know people complain front of house when people wave their arms or get up and dance or sing along.
It's one of those kind of.
also you don't
it's
want to be
one
a
of
fun
those
spot.
shows.
but,
Yeah.
because
I know.
Because
Yeah.
when it gets to the concert, like we ain't watching Swan Lake.
No.
You're
Yes.
watching Live
Yeah.
Aid,
Yeah.
the concert.
Yeah.
So
you almost want to create
want
the same
people-
atmosphere of
yeah,
Live
and you
Aid,
want
right?
people to get. So we want people to get up, but it's
Yes.
just other audience members that don't want that.
Yeah.
But, so it's that. It's
difficult-
It's a funny.
Yes.
There's a fine line with the show. Oh, fine line.
Oh, so we
it's
did there.
embarrassing.
Still haunting you then.
Okay, sorry, we went off on one there a bit with all our personal issues. Now we're back on track. Okay, we've talked a lot about auditions and things. If you're really interested in all the things Julie has said, because I've not picked up all her wonderful CV, it's all on the internet. You can Google. There's
boring.
these things called AI and stuff.
And I do have a website actually, but I haven't updated it for about a year because it's.
Because you're a real artist.
Because it's
you haven't got
whirlwind.
time
It's
for
whirlwind
that.
life.
It's
No,
boring.
not at
doing
all.
that, and
It
it has
is
been on my
boring.
list for a year. So I haven't even got on there that I'm doing this.
Are you
That's
serious?
bad, isn't it?
Well, actually,
Okay.
I only saw the
This is
other
why I
day.
need someone to do this for me. If
We
anybody out there would like to be my website designer, then please.
Yeah, that's
in
really
touch.
good.
But actually, that's an interesting point for a performer as a freelancer.
Yes.
Oh my God, you have to do so much
exhausting.
admin.
It's exhausting.
Everything is put on you.
Yeah,
Everything.
absolutely.
Everything.
You have to
Yeah.
market the show as well, apparently.
To write the theme tune, sing
You
the
do.
theme tune.
I mean,
you do.
And you have to
spend
have a
your
good
life-
social media thing.
Presence.
I'm too old for that. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you're not taking me on my social media, then
No.
I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
We have
they
that
lose.
but we
They
have
do.
that conversation all the time, don't we, Hayley? About
Yeah.
like how difficult it is
It
just
is.
to maintain presence because
Yeah.
these days, casting, yes, it's lovely, but there is often someone sitting there going, "What? How many followers have they got?" Oh,
Some people get
Yeah.
cast for
Yeah.
that, and
Oh,
some
yeah,
shows
Yeah.
are looking for
Yeah.
that, and some aren't.
yeah.
I was going to say, are there definitely directors that are still about
Yeah.
the stories, and the
Producers.
shows? Yeah.
That are about the story in the show.
Well,
yes.
rather
definitely.
than about getting
Yeah.
Absolutely.
named people or people with followers.
Yeah, it's
or-
usually producers that want that because
Okay.
it's
Free
bumps on
marketing.
seats,
Of course
isn't
it
it?
is.
And
Yeah.
it's totally understandable. But
Absolutely.
as long as the director wins with what they want, I think that's the best option.
Yeah.
Because sometimes producers making too many creative decisions.
Yes, and
it's
that's in
not
every aspect
Yeah.
of the
No.
industry. Actually, whether you're
It's not fun
theatre,
because
pop.
you are doing somebody else's job. So why don't you be director as well? It's not. I just think there needs to be clear boundaries on who's making what decisions.
Absolutely.
And sometimes those boundaries are crossed because of power, I guess.
Money.
Who has the power in that situation.
Do you want to talk
That's
about
not
being a
moaning,
strong female before we finish? Before we wrap up,
Kiss the guns.
strong female
Not
in the
strong at all.
industry.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. But I don't feel like I'm a strong female.
I
in the
think you are. I
industry.
think you're a
But yeah,
really strong female presence, actually, and I think
Oh,
it's
good.
so important.
I'm trying to be behind the desk, and that is why I wanted to go into directing
Yes.
in the first place, is because I'd had one too many terrible male directors.
Yeah.
And I feel bad saying that, but they were. And yeah, I just felt not heard. And sometimes women are made to feel a little bit moany in the industry. And I just
Yes,
thought, no, I just want to
absolutely.
change this because there needs to be a woman on the other side of the table. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I properly looked into it.
Yeah.
And it was when I started directing at Mount View and I was doing the foundation course, and we had 26 girls and 5 boys. And I had to pick 3 sections of musicals, 3 half-an-hour sections, so the whole thing would be an hour and a half, that kind of married together. And that was it. And just do that. And that was their showcase. Great. Find me musicals with lots of women and hardly any men.
What were we
absolutely.
talking about earlier?
Exactly the same.
Every drama school is looking for this all the time because there's so many women
girls.
that go,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then
And
I
then
started
some of
to
the
look
best
at the
roles are played by
directors
males,
and
like the drag queens.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
they're some of the greatest roles ever.
Yeah.
Like actually, Miss Hannigan's a really tragic, beautiful role. If
yeah,
you actually,
it's fantastic.
isn't
Yeah.
it? It's a
Fantastic
great
role.
part. And now
Yeah.
I love Craig Howard, obviously personal
yeah,
friend
and it's
and all
great
that.
that we
And
can
he's
do
fab.
that, but it doesn't ever seem to work in our
The other-
favour.
exactly.
But the thing that I noticed the most was who was writing it and who was directing it.
Yes.
And across the board, like where is everyone?
Yeah.
Like, where are the women?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Is it that there
feels like
isn't
man's
a
club.
place, like, as in they're kept down, or is it actually that there's not many that are actually just doing it? So the fact that you've gone out there to actually do it is super impressive.
Quite, yeah. They're, I don't know. It's really difficult because there are people doing it, but then because it only has changed in the past, I would actually say 5 years. I wouldn't even say 10.
Right.
Because, I mean, look at Hollywood, for instance.
Yes.
Like, how long did it take for a female director to win?
Yeah.
And I loved it when, who was it that said it? Was it Emily Blunt? I can't remember who said it now, but said, and the nominees for, no, Natalie Portman, maybe. Anyway, said, and the nominees for the best, the male nominees for Best Director are.
Oh, really?
And I was like,
amazing.
Wow.
brilliant.
Amazing.
Absolutely brilliant. And my little act of feminism once, I was presenting some Amdram awards, and I said, when it came to the male nominees for the actors, and I said, and the award for Best Male Actress is... and some of them tried to correct me. I went, no, I know what I said.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's actually
my
it's made
favourite.
even worse by the fact you've just tried to correct me.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you've Just totally made
That was
it
my
yourself.
favourite. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I realised that it was badly needed, and I thought,
Yeah.
I need to do this actually. And also, I don't, because people kept saying, so, you know, have you given up acting now because you're a director? And then I
Clearly
said,
not.
Absolutely
Clearly
not.
not.
I said
Yeah.
no, because I don't want to give it up. And I don't think I should have to give it up.
No.
I'd like to have the variety, please.
And it's all one thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's all storytelling, whether
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
visually telling other people what to do,
And
or whether you're telling the
Older
story.
women as well in the industry, you know, our parts get smaller because apparently we get more insignificant.
Yeah.
And so...
You can't just be the love interest.
You can't.
Exactly.
No, absolutely not.
But why not?
Yeah.
So I'd like to change that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But I'm only one person, so we'll see.
You'll do it. I have
Yeah.
faith in you.
But there's a lot of people that think like us.
Yeah.
But you started. You
Yes.
started and one step at a time.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and it
exactly.
does need to change.
Yeah.
It
Yay.
does.
World dominance.
From our male white
From
co-producer.
our co-host. I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never
no.
felt so awkward.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
Because I agree. I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
agree. I do agree. And actually, being that sort of white male, kind of, you do sometimes think, oh no,
Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
but it's
It's not
it
your
will
fault.
change. It will change.
It's okay. We know it's not you.
I think we must wrap things up for our episode. But Julie, we are so grateful for you.
We are.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
I'm
for you
sorry
coming
to the whole theatre that we completely took over.
We have.
Yeah.
I know. It's
been great.
Your dressing room.
Sorry about that.
in. Don't be sorry.
Co-host just sort of come and gone to sleep, and we're like, oh no. And so we're in the
Co-host.
co-host, co-star,
They've taken over,
co-star,
they've
co-star.
taken
Sorry.
over our podcast.
Yeah,
now as
no,
well.
your co-star
We
has
don't
fallen
need any
asleep.
more men. Get
No.
out.
Exactly. But no, we're so grateful. Thank you
We
so
are.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's so good.
She is.
Oh, sorry.
we're only going to wrap the episode up. I
Okay.
think, need
Wrap it
to.
up.
But
You do it because you're good with
Please
words.
wrap it as
Thank
well.
you very much. Classically trained, darling. Rap.
Shame.
So follow our socials, give us a like, and get your notifications on Instagram. See, I can't even do it. I'm
No,
trying
I
my best
can't
to do
even
it.
beatbox.
No, I don't know why I joined in.
And we need to finish before I cry now. Hayley, join us next time when we take it from the top. Bye.